Hello everybody, my name's Warren. I'm the instructor here for the BA230 Human Resource class. Looking over the class roster, it looks like none of you have been in my classes before, so that's actually kind of an adjustment for me because I usually have I teach a lot of the business courses, so a lot of the same students are in every class. So I guess this is like the beginning here where I'm assuming some of you will be in future classes with me. So that's a good thing. So if you don't already know me, there might be one of you that's been in class before, but basically I'm real easy to get along with. I'm also visual. I show these like pictures and things like that. Like I got here in Seattle. We used to live in Seattle, so I just got that up there. I do these videos every week. You're not required to watch them. Strongly recommended, encouraged, and all that stuff because sometimes I put out some information that might be beneficial and I might be entertaining. Depends on your point of view. But real quick, I try to keep this one might be a few minutes longer, but I usually try to keep them 5 or 10 minutes. Just cover last week, cover the upcoming week, anything that might be of interest or anything like that. So and any good info to put out there. So course room, you should all be familiar with the course room. You got two ways to access things. You can scroll down and do it this way, or just on the left here, like the modules. You can get the syllabus and modules tab here. Getting to your textbook, again, you got this right here. So this is the only way to get the textbook is through the course room. Every class I have one or two students say, hey, I can't get my textbook, and it's right here. So you click right there, and that brings you to another page, and you click one more time there, and that opens up your book. All right, so there's the book. So that's how you get there. Okay, so and then of course you got your to-do list, the presentation, discussion, homework, quiz, research component. Presentations, okay, like for this first week here, you got 4 chapters, chapters 1 through 4. The first chapter, basically, it just goes over generically, what HR is, human resource, and the different parts. One of the things I personally like slides, but I guess the downside might be because there's a lot of them. Like this chapter has 50, and each of the chapters will have 50 or 70 slides. But it's a good visual. It's a good snapshot. It has the short definitions. Things I tell people is make sure you're paying attention to definitions, concepts, terminology, things like that, because most of those type of things are in quizzes and exams. It's also just the knowledge you need to get. The other thing I always harp on is making school part of what you do. I understand, I mean, we have families, we have jobs, we have, be it church or some other activities, and you got school. A lot of students have a bad habit of Sunday night as school night, and every night should be school night. It needs to be part of what you do versus something extra you do on a Sunday night, because if you're cramming on a Sunday night to do this, you're not learning the material, because part of your goal is you're going to school to get your degree, but also to learn the material so that down the road you're able to apply it. And having a piece of paper for a 4-year degree, if you didn't learn anything, isn't going to help you in a job interview, because most people who are hiring, that they'll know whether you know what you're talking about or not. So and that's regardless of what career field you're going towards. The expectation of the future employer is you learn something in school, and if you're doing the Sunday night drill, you're not learning it. You're just back in high school again doing the Sunday night thing. So that's why you got to make school part of what you do every day. It's a hard transition. I went through it myself, but once you get there, then it's just normal life for you. And it's like I use like push-ups. It's like, hey, today you can only do one, but if you do them every day, it'll be easier. And same thing with school and learning. It's just the way our brains work. We see it, we get more snappy with it. So anyway, so that's my little bit of harping there on study habits. Okay, so back on, okay, so present, okay, that chapter 1 was generic HR. Chapter 2, strategic approach. Again, you got to look at different definitions. So, you know, HR today versus HR 100 years ago, very different. HR, you know, human resources is part of organizations and part of planning. When you talk about strategic approaches, that's the big picture approach. You know, so there's just lots of stuff that's involved in it. Human resource is a fascinating field. If any of you are planning on going HR as a career, constantly evolving, lots of stuff in there, lots of different things to do within the career field. So it's not just, you know, oh, filling out employee packets or something. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. So chapter 3 here, the legal environment, you know, it's got to do legal stuff. And again, yeah, there's 50 something slides there, but again, all, you know, all good stuff in here. Just take a little time to learn it. The other thing I'll mention about study habits, like, hey, doing it every day, it's an expectation in college, and that's any school, not just us, that if you're taking a course like this, the expectation is that you're going to be able to spend 10 or 20 hours a week on that course. And I know the reality is most people don't do that, but you know, you need to come up with hours, not minutes, to do your course. So just throwing that out there. So that was okay. Chapter 3, and then chapter 4, global human resource. So again, we have another. So there's a lot of different aspects in the, you know, HR. You know, so that's what the first week is all about. I'll leave that at that. And discussions. Okay, on to discussions. First thing is they're due by what? The first one is due by Wednesday. Your first post by midnight. Needs to be more than a sentence. Needs to be about a paragraph or so, you know, on the topic. Then by Sunday you do 2 replies to classmates. A discussion is worth 30 points. One thing is the discussion that's different but other parts of schoolwork is it's a participation exercise. You learn from each other, you share ideas, something you saw someone else didn't see, and it's that's part of the learning aspect. If you don't do it during the current week, you're not participating. You know, if you didn't do your post this week, and then you go in week 2 to do a week 1 post, well, no one's seeing those posts because it's already done with. So that's why it's important to get in there during that week, and, you know, get them in on time so other people have time to, you know, look at them. So the actual for week 1, you got, this is it right here. So, you know, about where do you like to work? So again, good topic. Reasons why not. So that's just like an open discussion there. So, all right, and then we got the homework. Week 1 homework. All right, so when you get into anywhere in these courses, even other courses you might be taking, make sure if you're, you know, over here you got this little side up and down, you know, make sure you scroll down so you're not missing something. Sometimes in some of these courses there might be 3 questions and you see the first one, and if you don't scroll down you don't see the other 2. So anyway, so here, you know, with this you got the little, you know, graphic there. And right under here you do the questions for review and discussion, end of each chapter. So now I'll show you my little trick. Maybe you already know how to do this. Okay, I'm just going to copy that real quick, and then I'm going to go into the textbook. I'm going to go into the search feature and paste it in there. Hit the enter key, and hopefully, see how they all different ones there? So let's see if this is chapter 1 on that first one. Okay. So you just scroll back. There you are. Yep, chapter 1. So, you just have to find it. Where'd it go? Okay, that didn't work. That's what I was not trying to show you. We might have to do it a different way here. Let's go into part 1 and do it that way. Chapter 1. Yeah, that might be easier. Okay, never mind that first part. It's actually easier to do it this way because there it is right there. Alright, so if you didn't see what I just did, okay, go down here to part 1, arrow, chapter 1, down here at the bottom, questions for review. So there you go. Alright, and they're right there. So that's the quickest way to do it. So, okay. Um, bum. Okay, so we got that. The homework quiz. You got 10 questions on your quizzes. Research project doing week 4. So everything is right here. What you're going to be doing on OSHA. So usually that's a pretty good project. Um, and so there's all the information. So got any questions or anything on that, you can let me know. As far as communicating with me, I am real easy to communicate with. When we got the inbox there, you can send the Canvas messages. We also got you got my phone number there for texting or calling. I'm pretty much a 7-day-a-week person. I'm always checking things every day. So I get back to people pretty quick. There's no reason not to get in touch with me. I send out emails and all this stuff. So there's no any excuses and all that stuff. I've probably already heard them all. But you can still, send them my way if there's something going on that you need to get in touch with me with. But don't hesitate to question if you got something you got curious about, something on a quiz that didn't look right. I mean, whatever it is, get in touch. And we'll take care of it. So, all right. So I think that was pretty much everything. So I do, like I say, I do these every week. I also do a test question every week because I get these posted up on YouTube, and there have been students who will say, "I watched your video, thank you." And they're not really watching the video. And so that's why I insert a little test question there so I know if the people are watching the videos or not. And the reason I know if somebody's watched them or not is because YouTube gives me a count of how many people watched them. So if there's 10 of you, and all 10 of you say you watched it, but the YouTube tells me only 5 people watched it, I know there's 5 people fibbing on me here. So, but anyway, so this week's test question has to do with this picture. This is a recent one. I'm one of these obnoxious grandparents that likes to show off the grandkid, but it's a good excuse to use him as a test question. So just let me know what you saw, what that's about, and that way I know you watched it. So, okay, so I'll leave you with that. I will see you next week. So everybody be good. Get in touch if you need anything, and welcome to the course, and see you next time. Bye.